Hey guys, Lex here, back for some more of the Great Ace Attorney. Last time we finished the Clouded Kokoro, and now we'll start the third episode. Alright, let's go. Episode 3, The Return of the Great Departed Soul.
The grand end of the century Great Exhibition of London. Surely there is not a soul who has failed to hear of it. Wondrous new works of culture and industry from every corner of the globe had converged on Hyde Park, welcoming over 50 million visitors. The last great hurrah of this century. Astonished and delighted people of all nations, and ended on a note of resounding success. But as regards to the terrible catastrophe that occurred during the festivities, very few are aware my friend Mr. Herlock Sholmes had a hand in unraveling the matter. For from the shadows, it was he who earnestly unearthed the facts of the case. And like the centerpiece of the great exhibition, which rose high into the skies of Hyde Park, Sholmes's brilliant deductions, as clear and lofty as the crystal tower itself, brought the truth to light.
We're here at the showground of the Great Exhibition, which is absolutely packed with people.
Oh.
The weather is unusually fine, and we're about to witness a most extraordinary scientific experiment.
It's voiced.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 20th century will see steam engines and electrical power dominate the world. Horse-drawn carts will give way to the motor car. Ships will sprout wings and take to the skies. And today, we showcase even more advanced technology. A glimpse into the future. A world first. A demonstration of my super high voltage instantaneous kinesis machine.
What's that supposed to do?
A man will literally be disassembled by a pulse of high voltage electricity and beamed to another location.
What?
Whereupon his body will be reassembled by a series of complex calculations exactly as it was before.
It's gonna do the first part. I don't know what the second part. Oh shit. Rip to him. Oh man, look at that walk.
In but a few moments from now, this gentleman will, in the blink of an eye, complete an incredible journey through the air. To arrive an instant later on the crystal tower behind you! Yes! Woo! Yes! Please, that's not what I wanted.
Okay. 22nd of October, 9:36 a.m. Sholmes' suite. Allows a disaster.
Reno, are you listening?
Oh, sorry. What was that, Iris?
What's the matter with you? You've been miles away all morning. Didn't you like what I cooked for breakfast?
No, that's not it at all. What were you talking about again?
Today's paper. It's full of news about the Great Exhibition again.
Ah, yes, the Great Exhibition. I'd like to go sometime.
You're really not your usual self today. You seem very down. Don't you agree, Hurley?
He looks more down than me. Did you say something, Iris?
Oh gosh, you're even more down.
When did you arrive, Mr. Naruhodo? I've been here for about half an hour already. We've had breakfast together. What? Why didn't you mention it before? I, thought you might have known I was here, you know, because breakfast? Iris is quite right. You're clearly lacking in vim. So much so that I didn't notice your presence. Thanks. Of course, I could deduce the reason perfectly well with the simple observations. What? Let's see. Yes, for example, your tousled hair this morning with all its unruly spikes. Surely it can be deduced, therefore, that... let me stop you right there, Mr. Sholmes, because I think I can see where this is going. My hair always looks like this. It always has, ever since we first met, in fact. Oh, really? How interesting. It doesn't look like a haircut as such, I suppose. Thanks again. Crossed my mind recently that it's been 6 months now.
6 months?
Since I was forbidden from working in court. So I've been wondering how much longer I'm going to be banned.
Oh, well, that would explain why you seem rather glum. Don't you agree, Hurley?
Did you say something, Iris? Back to moping. What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes today? He seems even more down in the dumps than me.
I know. The great exhibition has opened. You'd think he'd be excited. Oh, why don't we all go see it together?
I want to, of course I do, but I can't. Not for the time being. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because I'm a great detective after all. So you're embroiled in some tricky case that can't be distracted from? Is that it?
I don't remember hearing that you're working on a case, Hurley.
Suppose I should try to find out what's going on. After I click on everything. Oh god, there's a lot of stuff. Let's click on this for the achievement. Ah yes, this is where you note down ideas, is it, Iris? What's in the melting pot today? The blue carbuncle.
Yes, it's from a case of theft that Hurley solved ages ago. Theft of a precious stone. The carbuncle is another name for the garnet, you see, especially if it's cut with a rounded top.
Oh really? And this garnet was blue, was it?
Well, that's the thing. They're usually red. No blue garnets have ever been discovered.
Oh.
So who knows what the stolen gemstone actually was? That's the real mystery of the case.
A proper Sholmes conundrum, huh? It was a sapphire?
I can type with my eyes shut, you know.
I can believe it. When a deadline's approaching, you can sound like a Gatling gun.
That reminds me of a dream I had the other day. Such a funny one. It woke me, actually. I was typing for a whole hour in the pitch black, but I didn't make a single mistake.
That's incredible.
But then, when I got to light, I found that there wasn't any paper in the machine.
Amateur.
Oh, I wonder if I'd actually been typing at all.
I think you might have just fallen asleep on the job. There are so many different bottles up there on the charming little set of white shelves.
Oh, do be careful, Bruno. Listen, try to contact those bottles even if you're hungry.
I want to do something so stupid like that. I'm not a child, you know.
Well, I wish I could say the same for Hurley. The other day he polished off a full bottle of one of my alkaloids.
He what?
He said he was hungry.
I'll be extra careful. I think I read that one before. Look forward to finding out what aroma your tea will have, Iris, every single day.
Oh, well, I infuse a different concoction of herbs from the garden every time, so it's never the same twice.
When you call it a concoction, it sounds more like a science experiment than something for tea time.
Oh yes, that's because different plants can have different properties. Some calm you down, some make you feel jolly, some give you energy. Today's particularly blend is something quite special, so you're really in for a treat.
That sounds ominous. All these different pieces of evidence from cases that Mr. Sholmes has solved are very interesting.
Trouble is, Hurley forgets things so quickly, he never remembers why these things are relevant. The other day, for example, he saw the orange pips that were all there and decided to plant them in the garden.
Pips?
Yes, they're all sprouted now. We have 5 new little plants.
Oh well, I don't know what case they're from, but Mr. Sholmes can get oranges to grow outside in England, he should change his profession. Yeah. Do love a good fire in the colder months. Watching the flames flicker and dance about is just so very relaxing.
Cleaning out the chimney isn't so relaxing, though.
No, getting covered in soot isn't my idea of fun.
No, Hurley decided he was going to clean it out himself last year. But you can guess what happened, can't you? Got himself stuck inside the flue.
He's a very slim man, I bet, but there are limits to where a fully grown man can fit.
Now every time he dozes off by the fire, he has nightmares about it.
What's in the box? Ah, yes, the huge metal chest with a lace cloth laid on it, being used as a table for tea and coffee. Very sturdy, that's for sure, and firmly locked shut.
That chest contains my father's detailed records of Hurley's many cases.
Yes, so I've been led to believe, though personally I've never actually seen inside.
And that's the way it will stay. Those papers are a secret between Daddy and me. If you go opening it uninvited, you might find yourself being bitten.
What? Is there a beast inside there or something? Books, papers, scientific implements. These shelves are stuffed to the gunwales. Mrs. Sato wouldn't be able to help herself if she were here. She can't stand mess.
Susie might not be able to stand mess, but she wouldn't dare touch those shelves.
Oh, why not?
Everything's in intricate balance. Hurley spends ages on it. If you were to touch even one thing, the whole lot would come tumbling down. Susie noticed it was a delicate arrangement right from the outset.
Make it sound like a meeting of great minds, but the truth is, Mr. Sholmes just needs to tidy up. Ah yes, Mr. Sholmes' faithful musical companion. Wasn't his violin made by somebody famous?
Yes, it's a Stradivarius. I'm afraid you have to save up for 100 years before you could afford one, you know.
If I were to save up for 100 years, I wouldn't choose to buy a violin personally.
Oh, what would you buy then?
I really have no idea. I think I'll have to do it so I can find out. Every time I look at that machine, I can't help thinking what a monstrosity it is. What's it called again?
The Great Analytoscope. It can analyze absolutely anything, you know.
It does seem incredible and at the same time incredibly useless.
Ah, but it looks impressive, doesn't it? So that makes it very useful.
How does that make it useful?
Because it means you can pawn it off for lots of money. The pawnbrokers always make idle remarks like, "What an incredible looking machine!"
Huh.
So Hurley often takes it to the pawn shop when he's a little short.
Looks like this thing pulls its weight around here more than I realize, by having its weight pulled around. I guess. Ooh, let's actually talk to everyone. So what happened 6 months ago? Half a year ago now, I took on the defense of a young girl in a trial, heard at the Old Bailey. What at first seemed like a simple case of murder that took place at the London pawnbrokery turned out to be one part of a much more far-reaching plot that involved the British government. During the course of that trial, it was found that I made an unavoidable yet at the same time unforgivable mistake. What did I do? Words fail me. This situation is utterly deplorable. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, my lord. I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial. Of course, oh, the evidence. Okay. Forgot about that. In the end, I had my rights to represent people in the court revoked. I was told I had to spend my time in research and study, so that's what I've been doing.
You have, haven't you, Rudo? Reading all those big fat tomes about British law up in your room and notes about the Sholmes' old cases.
Brewing Iris's special blend of tea, fetching my daily bread for me. You've become something of a manservant around here. Start on the silverware next, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, I'm thinking of going to ask the powers that be to reconsider, specifically Lord Strongheart at the British Supreme Court on Whitehall.
Lord Strongheart?
Ah, the delightful Lord Chief Justice. Not my favorite fellow. Not mine either, but he's the man I have to talk to. He's the only one who could grant permission for me to start working in the courts again. I came to Britain to become the best lawyer I could. I can't just do that silly route here. The whole of London has been swept up in this great exhibition, hasn't it? Most advanced science, the most modern technology, the finest works of art and feats of engineering. For the next 6 months, our capital will be showcasing these things, and the world will be watching.
Oh, do you know what it's like to do? I'd like to look down on London from one of those lonely balloons.
Look down on? Do you mean those things fly?
Yes, of course. They fly high in the sky and don't even need wings to do it. They do this hot air.
But how? How does hot air have anything to do with flying? It makes no sense. Can't understand it at all. Heat makes air go rise.
It's true that a lot of new scientific discoveries, most people can't understand them at first. In 100 years' time, all these things will be just common knowledge.
I suppose they might be.
Mind you, some of the science being demonstrated seems very questionable. Something wrong went on in the experimentation stage yesterday. Apparently there was a huge explosion. Still, I wish I'd seen it though. Guts everywhere. I'd love to see how bad some of these scam experiments really are.
It's just an innocent 10-year-old girl. I want to see it too. See here, every page of this paper carries some article about the Great Exhibition. But the brighter things shine, the darker the shadows that are cast behind them. Personally, I find myself drawn to the darkness, to the impenetrable. That is my proper atmosphere. Great Exhibition paper. Shadows cast behind. Is that the metaphorical way of referring to the back page of the paper? Oh. Actually, I want to take a look at that. Every article on the front page is news about the Great Exhibition. Public experiments that demonstrate brand new scientific ideas, cultural exhibits from around the globe. It's also positive and hopeful about the upcoming century. We must all go to see it properly before too long. Yeah, that's the first test of matter transport device. 10 pages, 1 penny. Tower Garden, something. What's this? The Reaper attacked? Ruffian aims to intimidate a man of justice. Lord Van Ziek's and compatriot cornered. Lost cat! So many glowing reports about the Great Exhibition and everything that's going on there. Other than this rather gloomy looking one, that is. My head is turned to the left right now. I'm trying to read. Wait, what?
What's the matter, Reaper?
Oh, there, my... Reaper attacked. That's Lord Van Ziek's. Must be what Mr. Sholmes was talking about. Does he know any more, I wonder? Who is that? Wait, that's Van Ziek's? And who's this guy then? Wait, what was that in the back? Oh, nothing. Let me ask about his mood first. Are you facing a particularly tricky case at the moment, Mr. Sholmes? Could say that, I suppose. Nothing more to add? It's not like you. What sort of case is it? Shh, quiet, Mr. Naruhodo. We must not discuss it here. You never know who might be listening. Yeah, Iris.
You're acting very strangely, Harry.
What do you mean, Iris?
Well, usually, the more mysterious and complicated cases, the better Hurley's mood.
Ah, so it's not mysterious.
Is it really a case that's bothering you?
Iris, please, you mustn't exercise your astute powers of observation and deduction on me without an invitation. Remember what I always say, put yourself in the shoes of the individual about whom you're making deductions. You say that, do you? You, Mr. Sholmes? Never mind, once I've had a cup of tea, I must make my way at once to the crime scene. That was a deep sigh. It says in the paper that Lord Van Zieks was attacked. That's terrible. You know the legend of the Reaper of the Bailey, of course, don't you? Only too well, in fact. Yes, Prosecutor Barak Van Zieks. They say that if the Reaper is the prosecutor in the case, there's no salvation for whoever's in the dock. Even if the defendant is found not guilty. Once the Reaper has someone in his sights, one way or another, that person's time left on this earth will be short. London's finest rogues always find ways around the law. They'll stop at nothing to secure an acquittal at trial. Falsifying evidence, paying sham witnesses, threatening jurors, bribing judges. But even such devious tactics as these cannot save them from the hand of the Reaper. As you've experienced yourself, haven't you, Mr. Naruhodo? As I've seen the Reaper's retribution at work. Many of these criminal rogues are reckless and quite unafraid to die. If a leader among their fraternity is seen to have been taken by the Reaper, retaliation like this does occur. Really, the capital has a never-ending supply of such scoundrels. So, do you mean Lord Van Zieks has been attacked like this before? This isn't the first time? He's quite an accomplished combatant, you know. He doesn't take these attacks lying down. Although, it seems that his assailants were armed with guns this time. Oh my goodness, is he alright then? Is Lord Van Zieks hurt? My dear fellow, how on earth would I know?
Well, in the article here it says, as to what Lord Van Zieks and his condition, all will be revealed in tomorrow's morning edition.
Ah, I see. Well, we shall have to be patient then. No, I can't wait until tomorrow. In that case, you shall have to inquire with somebody in the know. But who? Lord Strongheart, perhaps? Oh, man, he changed quickly. Well, I must be leaving now. Yes, understood. See you later, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, you really are a shameless liar sometimes, my dear fellow. What? Seek to put me off my guard and follow me, don't you? Well, you would be wasting your time. Thought I hadn't crossed my mind, but now I'm wondering where you're going. Well then, see you later indeed. Let's follow him. Listen to him, he's still laughing on his way out of the door. What the?
Alright, Renault, let's get going.
Iris, what are you wearing?
I've changed to go to the great exhibition. You're going to take me.
What? But I was just going to go to Supreme Court.
Oh, well that sounds fun too. You're going to take me there then.
Oh, don't shoot me. Alright, fine. Just lower that weapon, would you?
Of course. At the Supreme Court. Then we'll go to see the great exhibition.
I guess. New location. Let's go here first and just check. 22nd of October, Naruhodo's legal consultancy. I just want to see the ladder. I mean the shovel. That's all I want. The office spade. Now that Miss Sato's gone, the shovelers aren't represented to correct me. But it is a shovel. Maybe I'll have to do it myself.
That's not a spade, Mr. Naruhodo. It's a shovel. So you're a spader, are you, Reno? You want to battle it out?
Alright, I'm not going to argue with a native English speaker who has some kind of gun. Why not? Wuss? Nah, Might as well look at everything. Sasato's tea said that she left here with me. I still think green tea is just too bitter, though. Thank goodness for sugar and milk. Mr. Sholmes certainly wasn't expecting the acrid taste at one time. Never heard anyone let out a scream like that before, or see anyone fall down the stairs quite like that either. I always bring a smile to my lips when I'm feeling a little down.
Ah, well, do you know what that reminds me of? Today I gave you some black coffee when you weren't expecting it. Fell all the way down the stairs as well, didn't you, Bruno?
Yes, do you think we could try to forget that, please, Iris? That doesn't bring a smile to my lips at all. I don't remember this being. Kettle's gently simmering away there on the top of the stove as usual. It's kind of Mrs. Otter to send that Japanese tea. You really like it, don't you, Iris? For me, it's the sound of the stove and burbling kettle I like the most on biting winter mornings.
It feels even cozier in here when the delightful Iris pours the tea for me. I really couldn't manage without that wonderful young girl. Oh, Bruno, it's so sweet of you to say so.
Stop putting words into my mouth, please, Iris. Dharma doll. Yes, the Dharma doll I bought with me from Japan. I was intended to color her right eye once I'd become a fully fledged lawyer, but it's still winking at me like it's trying to say I can wait. Take as long as you need. Or maybe not. I'll just have to keep doing the best I can, I suppose.
I could color in for you, Bruno. Just that one eye, is it?
No, it needs to be done with a bit of ceremony, Iris. It's not just a toy for coloring in, you know. Now, at first glance, my desk here might look as though it's a mess. However, it's not a mess at all. Everything is exactly where I want it to be. But whenever Mrs. Sato looked at it, she'd put her hands on her hips and say, "Oh dear." Her way of saying that I should make it more orderly and neat, miss. I miss that.
You sound just like Hurley, you know. He says the same thing about his mess.
It's kind of logic that transcends international borders, obviously. Yeah, clean it up, man. It's Mrs. Sato's desk. I suppose it won't get used now that she's gone back to Japan. We'll just have to wait here patiently for its old friend to return.
Even now, I sometimes find myself pouring a cup of tea for Susie by mistake.
Well, that explains why I sometimes find a steaming cup on her desk here. Shocks me every time. It's just one of your pranks, I see.
It's no prank, I miss her.
You jokester. Never did see what Mrs. Sato's room looks like. I could go in now, of course, but I don't dare. A young woman's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets. Although, from the laughter I used to hear when you would visit, I imagine it's mainly sweet.
Oh, we used to have so much fun in Susie's room. She told me all sorts of interesting things about your country, you know.
This. Look at the prawns and anemones gently swaying around in the tank. Regular cleaning, some food and fresh salt water is all they need. Some conversation, of course. Seemed like a lot of effort at first, but it was worth it. I'm starting to be able to tell what they're thinking. Funny to think that so many people had aquariums like this once, when they were all in vogue. I never expect to find sea anemones in the middle of the capital. I think I'll have to name them soon.
Oh no, Bruno's disappeared.
What?
Ah, I expect he's been eaten by Hurley.
I think I prefer it if you used your imagination more when naming the sea life. Yeah, that reminds me I need to clean my tank. Let's finally go. Yeah, Lord Chief Justice is off. Oh god, I have to edit this. Don't make a mistake. 22nd of October. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. It's been about 6 months now since I was last here. Some things never change, like the sense of foreboding I always seem to feel in this place. What the? Oh. Doesn't seem to be bothering Iris at all, though. She's happily reading over there. She is like 10.
Oh, I love this place. I always find so many interesting books here.
Of course, I was forgetting that you've been here before. The time we came here 6 months ago. Oh yeah. Chisato-san was given the news that she was to return to Japan. Ah, I understand you wish to speak with me. Oh, Lord Strongheart, I trust you've been keeping well. Let's see. Since you've arrived and requested an audience, it's been 4 hours, 32 minutes, and 26 seconds. I've kept you waiting a while. My apologies. Oh no, not at all. I like nothing more than standing around staring into space. Good to know. Good to know that doesn't appear to bother him at all. Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of London. He's the man who allowed me to start practicing as a defense lawyer when I arrived in Britain as a student. You'd only savor the air for a moment in this grand office to understand his preeminent status. I'll leave the black background. As you're well aware, the Great Exhibition of London is now underway at last. We're extremely busy as a result, policing the grounds, guarding the new technologies, dealing with petty crime. And furthermore, as of next month, we shall open the International Forensic Science Symposium. Oh, I've not heard about that. Investigating authorities from the whole country, from 40 countries around the globe, will be taking part, including from your own land. Wow, forensic science is the future. The world must embrace it. Oh, Emma would love this. As we're the hosting nation, I have much to do, and it's my highest priority. If others must wait for my attention as a result, so be it. Well, it's nice to know where I stand. So, you wish to consult with me? Of course, I can very well imagine what this is about. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting, my lord. I want to be allowed to start working as a defense lawyer again in court. That's what brought me here today. But actually, there's something else playing on my mind. As it happens.
You know, just take a deep breath and come out with it.
Oh. Examine everything. Lord Chief Justice's desk. When you look at that, there's no mistake. Lord Strongheart's authority is there.
But the light from the window behind is far too bright. It will be bad for the eyes.
If I hadn't thought of that. There are no curtains, that's for sure.
It's more important having a desk with an air of authority or having eyes that work.
Can't say I'd ever considered it. After all, my little office barely has any light to speak of, and I haven't really seen my desk in a while. Look at that, the cogs of the giant clock keeping time as usual with their steady rhythmical motion. It's really quite disturbing how little sound they make considering their massive size.
Someone very brilliant must have designed it. Whoever maintains it must be very talented too. I'm not entirely convinced it's even a clock.
What? But what about the huge clock face that forms the windows over there?
One person just makes machines that move for fun of it, because they enjoy watching them. Rather like how Merlin makes his rambling deductions just for the fun of it. Even if the outcome isn't quite right.
Never mind all the trouble it gets others into along the way. Books.
Oh, I've just got a great idea.
What is it?
Hide inside a suit of armor and spy on the Fob Watchmaster to find out what he's really like.
I don't have much interest in what Lord Strongheart is really like, though.
Oh, please, it would be fun. You could be inside the left one and I'll be in the right one.
You really want to have a go in a suit of armor, don't you?
Now you're making fun of me because I'm a child, aren't you?
I wasn't making fun of you at all. I'd like to have a go, too. Okay, I meant to click on the books. You couldn't read all these books even if they were reincarnated 3 times over. As a bookworm.
Oh, I know, so much reading material. I'm very envious. I've only been running out of things to read recently.
Because you read so fast.
Perhaps little by little I can swat some of the books here with some of mine from home.
I don't see why not. No one would notice, or at least I wouldn't, even if I was reincarnated 3 times over as a librarian. What's the point of this? Going left and right? Oh, maybe Sholmes will come in. Whatever, let's converse. Permission to work, sir. actually came here today to ask for your permission. Go on. 6 months ago, my right to work in court as a lawyer was revoked and I was told to spend my time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what happened, but the thing is, it made me understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of a foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? Here it comes. I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you are a substitute for your compatriot. This was never your intended role. Ah, well, that's true. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on the study tour, not me. Should have been Kazuma. He was so determined to bring change to our own justice system at home that it was his calling. Carter Rob. If that tragic accident hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here in this office now. Mr. Osoki was my best friend, you see. That's why I can't leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling for him. His calling, you say? Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of its true calling? Sorry? The mission with which that young law student was charged. Do you suppose it really was? Well, what do you mean, mission? Does that make any sense? Never mind. I've read all the reports you submitted over the past 6 months. Clear to me that you regret your actions and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions. Do you mean? As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Great Britain. Hey, thank you so much.
That's wonderful news, Reno.
In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark your company. A curious affair. You'll consider it, I hope. Ah, of course. Please, tell me more. You described it as a curious affair. Yes, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press. Are you aware there was a serious accident at the Great Exhibition yesterday? Oh no.
Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment. Let me see. How was it described? Super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, I think.
Instantaneous kinesis? As in moving things with a click of the fingers?
That's right. It's just with my herbal blends indeed. A dash of devil may care.
Whatever the serious accident was exactly, it's clearly captured Iris's imagination. It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation stage and a man lost his life. A certain Mr. Odi Asman, I don't know. An inventor and well-known figure in society. Large explosion.
A man died?
The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert Harebrain. He was detained immediately after the incident and is due to appear in court tomorrow. On the charge of murder. What? Murder? If you intend to take on his defense, you should hurry to meet with him at the prison. There's very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation. Great Exhibition, a scientific experiment gone wrong, and murder. I feel out of my depth before I've even started still.
You should go to the prison straight away and try to meet with this German professor, don't you think?
Definitely. Ah yes, one more thing about that case. There's a connection with our mutual acquaintance, the Reaper. Oh, with Lord Van Zeeks? How? All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world to coincide with the Great Exhibition. And next month, the largest and most important of them all will take place at last. The International Forensic Science Symposium. It does seem as though criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it? Exactly.
Ah!
London, the global epicenter of culture, science and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate. So it's imperative that we use the latest scientific methods to investigate and resolve cases as efficiently as possible. It's known as forensic science, isn't it? Exactly, the future of policing.
Ah!
Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods. Oh dear, that's alarming. Exactly, it's extremely alarming.
Ah!
Our Her Majesty's Attorney General, you can be sure the numbers of crimes committed and resolved in London would be very different to the current figures. And I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim. Sorry? By way of apology for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail everyone now. Yay! What?
Oh, how fascinating.
It all began 15 years ago, when I was a young boy. My father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, "Son, when you grow up, would you..." These good ideas will tear your brain apart. And that more or less sums up my feelings on the matter. In the simplest of terms, of course. Essentially, to formally establish a forensic investigation division within Scotland Yard. It is my mission. Oh, right, yes. That's wonderful. Exactly. Wonderful is precisely what it will be. Iris isn't even paying attention at all. She's got her nose in another book now.
Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful?
I actually drifted off for the most part. He's surprisingly ardent about forensic science. Do I give him this? Oh wait, I have to go back. Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen this? Reports of overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition, of course. No, not that. The story on the back page. What story? The Reaper attacked. Ah, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 prosecutor, have you not?
Oh, Mr. Reaper, what happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he?
There's no need for concern. Lord Van Zix would not be so easily dispatched, I assure you. Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know. Very well. If it interests you. It does, strangely. Yay. Fortunately, Lord Van Zix emerged from the attack unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter. But that's incredible. They were armed with guns. Why was he attacked, though? Do we know? It's related to the events that occurred a month ago. The leader of one of the capital's criminal organizations was indicted and prosecuted by Van Zix. But the man was acquitted. No doubt large sums of money were involved behind the scenes. Large sums of money? A deplorable situation. Members of the jury were bribed, it seems. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday. But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely? Victim's henchmen certainly seemed to think so. He was a man by the name of Asman. Mr. Odie Asman. Did you say Asman?
That's the man who died from the brick explosion at the Great Exhibition.
Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality, the head of a significant criminal organization. Unbelievable. wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart? Try me. Could I use Lord Van Zeeks as the prosecutor? Because he's good. All the criminals who manage to get off in court then meet with mysterious ends outside the courtroom. Fearful of a fate, they seek to strike at Lord Van Zeeks first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still, something's clearly going on here. I have Van Zeek's work for the prosecution service for 2 reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with him. But that doesn't make any sense. How can you explain the way so many have died, if not by someone's hand? Van Zeeks may have earned himself the moniker of Reaper, but he is no killer. So he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the Crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I'm already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My colleague may be starting to fidget. 11 hours late? That's quite something. The meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. God damn. So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man. Maybe if you didn't talk forever about that story. Sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh yes, where would I find Lord Van Zeeks now? I would assume he's at his office. Ooh! Right, I'll go ask him about the attack in person. I want to get straight from the horse's mouth. Away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Harebrain's defense entirely in your hands. Oh, of course, yes. Thank you very much, my lord. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the episode here. Next time, we're gonna go to... let's see. Okay, we'll go to the prosecutor's office and the prison, maybe. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. See ya. Bye.